This underrated watch is probably one of the best analog watch for travel. It has all the features and complications that you need for a travel and a tool watch. Chronographs, alarm, jewel time, and slide rule bezel, making it a very useful watch in different kinds of scenarios. And also it has a great budget-friendly price. However, is this watch too good to be true, or is it truly the ultimate affordable tool watch, ETC watch, and travel watch? Find out more in today's video. So if you're watching lots of watch contents in YouTube, you might have come across the Urban Gentry or TGV and his love for the Seiko Flightmaster. Well, over here I have the solar version of the Seiko Flightmaster. This is the Seiko SSC009 Solar Chronograph Flightmaster. In today's video, I'm going to share my thoughts and experience regarding of the Seiko SSC009 from a real user perspective. I'm not a watch reviewer, I am just someone who loves to wear watches and use them for everyday life situation. So hopefully this can give you an authentic perspective of this watch in the real world scenario. Anyway, if you are new here, hi, my name is Gary, and in this channel I'm sharing my personal adventure and journey trying to optimize my daily life. I'll be sharing things related to ETC, everyday carry, technology, productivity, travel, and sometimes I will do vlogs about my daily life on this channel. If you are interested in those kind of things, please consider subscribing to my channel. But anyway, let's talk about the Seiko SSC009. First, let's talk about some basic specification of this watch. Let's start with the dimension. So it has 42mm case diameter. It's not exactly small, it is kind of big, but surprisingly it is comfortable to wear. I think it is because the watch itself is not really that thick, and also the case design hugs into your wrist kind of well enough, so it is comfortable to wear. 20mm lug width that will provide you with plenty of strap changing option. The original metal bracelet that comes with the SSC009, it is okay, it's not really that great, but once I swap it out for this aftermarket rubber strap, I think now the watch starts to wear really well. You can also use NATO strap and leather strap that will work well with the SSC009. 100-meter water resistance, I think that is great. I swam with this watch already a few times, no problem at all. Solar movement, yeah, this features the Seiko solar movement. I think solar is always better than regular quartz because you don't have to worry about changing batteries as frequently as with regular quartz movement. I already changed the capacitor with this watch once, no problem at all, and now it runs well again. A single charge can last you for weeks or even months with this particular watch, and to charge the watch you can just put it under the sunlight for like a few minutes, or even table lamp, something that is bright. I think it is more than enough to charge the watch. And then also the watch has some features that is quite interesting. First of all, it has this slide rule bezel. I think this is very useful for multiplying, dividing numbers, and also for unit conversion. Yeah, this is not the fastest way to calculate stuff, especially when you're traveling, but it doesn't consume too much brain power to use the slide rule bezel. You don't have to, run numbers inside of your head or things like that. So yeah, it'll make calculating stuff easier. And then also the unit conversion is not actually that difficult to use. You just go a few steps between the numbers to find the conversion that you need. For example, from miles to kilometers or from pounds to kilograms, stuff like that. I think the best video that you should watch regarding how to use the slide rule bezel is from Mark from Long Island Watch. I will put the link right here if possible, or maybe in the description below if you want to learn more about how to use slide rule bezel. And then next, it has Chronograph. I think this is so fun to use, especially if you want to calculate times elapsing, use it as a stopwatch. It also has a date complication on the 3 o'clock window right here, as you can see. Yeah, not terribly big, pretty standard, but it is there, so quite useful. Now, the very unique thing about the SSC009 is that it has alarm and dwell time, which is represented on this mini subdial on the 6 o'clock position. To be honest with you guys, I never really used the alarm. It's kind of weak and I cannot really remember the button combination to set the particular alarm. But I do use the dwell time feature a lot. I always set it to my home time here in Yogyakarta, as you can see right there. So when I'm traveling, I can just set the main hour and minute into the local time of my destination, and I always have my home time, Yogyakarta, Indonesia, on the 6 o'clock dial at all times. Next, let's talk about the design of the SSC009, and in order to be able to talk about the design, I'm going to wear it on my wrist. My wrist is about 6¼ inch, not really that big, and again that 42mm will look kind of dominating on my wrist, but surprisingly it is comfortable to wear, so I'm kind of okay with that. If this watch is 40mm or even 39mm, I would be even happier, but that is very rare, something this complicated with that smaller case size. So I'm quite happy with mine. Now obviously this has that busy Flightmaster look, so yeah, personally I don't think this is as cool as the Seiko SNA411 Flightmaster that TGV Urban Gentry talks a lot about, or any other iconic busy watch. But I think it has its own charm, as you can see on my wrist. I think it has its own mojo and characters. I cannot really tell you, it's not really that tangible, but when you wear it, oh, this watch feels cool in my wrist. That kind of feeling will overwhelm you. And yeah, that makes this watch in particular very fun to wear, and fun is the keyword right here. When I'm not traveling, I will wear this watch a lot during the weekends. I think it is such a great casual adventure watch when you're exploring a new town or you're visiting nearby, destinations and attractions. Now, being a fun watch, definitely with this busy look and this tool kind of, vibe, I don't think this watch will pass as a dress watch, but for smart, casual look, I think this is fantastic. Now, this particular watch has a lot of sentimental value to me, not because of its heritage. I couldn't really find that much information about the history of the SSC009, but yeah, for me personally, I wore this watch for travel a few times. And I visited Canada in 2018 wearing this watch, and I was enjoying beautiful sceneries, Butchart Garden, Banff, Lake Louise, Vancouver, visiting so many different places. And also I visited Japan wearing this watch as well, visiting the Kawaguchiko area, Tokyo and surrounding areas. And now every time I look at this watch, I always got reminded with these beautiful trips, and it's kind of my personal, memory being filled into this watch, and this becomes my quote-unquote time travel device. If I want to go back into the past, I can look into photographs, or I can also look into this watch and being reminded with these beautiful trips. And that's always been the goal of me owning watches, not just for their function, not just for their look, or to follow the trend, things like that. No, it's about creating memories and having mementos with me that can remind me of these beautiful trips, these beautiful memories of my life achievement. I think this is one of the quote-unquote correct way to collect watches. Not just because of its value, of its prestige, but also to create fun and beautiful memories with your watches. Now, I'm looking forward to use this guy even more in the future and be able to fill it with more memories. Now, after hearing me talking about these watches for a few minutes, you could probably tell that I really love this watch, and that is true. This is one of the watch that I really enjoy wearing and just had so much fun wearing it. And yeah, now I want to share about some things that I don't like, just to be more objective with you and kind of share my thoughts as well. First of all, things that I don't like from this watch. This watch is kind of difficult to find these days. Even the used one, there are not plenty of this guy around in eBay or other online stores. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer because I think this is a great watch. Next thing that I don't like, yeah, the water resistance 100 meter. I wish it was 200 meters, and I wish it also comes with screw down crown and screw down pushers without increasing the price of this watch. I know that it can be done. Right here, I have another Seiko Solar Chronograph watch. This is the Seiko SSC015, a diver style chronograph with solar movement as well. And this guy, look right here, it has both screw down crown and screw down pushers, 200 meter water resistance, and yeah, this guy has a very similar price to the SSC009, so it can be done. So just add screw down pusher, screw down crown, increase the water resistance to 200 meter water resistance without increasing the price. Then I think the SSC009 will be a great watch. So Seiko, if you are watching this video, please upgrade the SSC009 with those features, and I think this will be perfect. Again, without increasing the price, please. But otherwise, even though there are some negatives about this watch, I really think that this is a great watch. I think this is the perfect tool watch when you wear it every day as an EDC watch, as a travel watch, or just a watch in general that will bring you lots of fun. And I think you will like this guy if you're into the vibe of this kind of busy Flightmaster look. Anyway, enough about me. What about you guys? What is your favorite tool watch? Please comment down below and let's have a little bit of a chat. I'd love to hear and learn from you guys as well. But anyway, that wraps up today's video. That's all of my thoughts and experience regarding the Seiko SSC009. Hopefully this has been interesting, entertaining, fun, and inspiring as well. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.